Okay, this is my third and final video, for now, for a while, regarding phone sales versus face-to-face sales. And I had so many people making statements about this, and a lot of them were like, well, I do this and I do that, and I'm not, I can't relate to what you said. Well, it's kind of like if a scientist does a experiment and there's only one person or one subject to the experiment. They call that an N equals 1. N being the number of subjects equals 1, which is not a valid study. So, a lot of people say, well, I do this and I do that and I did this and I did that. Well, it doesn't matter what one person does. And what I think people are mistaken is I never said one way is better than the other. I simply said, here in this video, I'm going to make the case why it's better to drive and see people face to face. So, and again, all these people come back saying, no. Well, again, it was just that stating that case. I'll tell you why it's better to work on the phone. And that is, well, first of all, there's, when you're out there on the road, you got the cat pee and the cigarette smoke. It's no fun. It's just no fun sometimes. My suggestion is when you walk up to that door and you can smell it. And, unfortunately, as Medicare agents, we can't discriminate against who we see. And I don't want to. So the typical Medicare agent is going to knock on all different types of doors. And when I say different types of doors, it may be a $300,000 home, or it might be a $30,000 home. So, and I don't really discriminate about where I go, and most of the Medicare agents I know don't discriminate about where they go. So, yeah, you knock on that door, you can smell it before they ever answer the door. I've walked back off the porch. If you could smell that cigarette smoke coming out that door, basically, it's going to be bad inside. And what's worse, if it's a rainy day, it's terrible. If it's a rainy day and you go inside and you get that cigarette smoke on you, you come out and you got all that humidity, you can actually taste the cigarette in your throat and on your skin. It's like if you touch your fingers to your mouth, you would taste the cigarette, and it's disgusting. Just don't go in the house. That's why you need a lot of leads, so that you can walk past the homes that you don't want to go in. If there's maybe some unscrupulous activity taking place nearabouts where you're going in, you just want to drive past. If you got 10 leads, you just drive past the house. You go to the other 9. It's not going to be 9 out of 10 where you have those types of problems. So, yeah, the cat pee is the worst. The cat pee is the absolute worst. You can't escape the heat. By the time you get back in the car and get it cool again, you're getting out of the car and you're going to the next house, and you come back and it's hot again. And it can be miserable. And maybe I'm dramatizing this when I say miserable, but I've been out there more than once where it's like, whew, it's hot out here. I've had videos where I got the air conditioning cranking and I'm just like, man, it's a hot day. And then you just got to put on your suit of armor. You're a warrior, and you just got to keep going. And that's all there is to it. So let's see. The heat, the rain. Then there's the drive time. It's wasted time, but it's not for me. So when I'm driving, I have two clipboards. I got one with my leads, and I got one with all the calls I have to make. And it's so easy for me to use Siri to make a phone call. I got the clipboard. I'll look at the number, or I'll just have the person's name, and I'll just say, I'll just tell Siri to call Bob Smith, and Siri calls, and that's it. I conduct a lot of business on the road in that manner. It doesn't bother me. It's very efficient. I can take care of most any problem I have. And it really doesn't, that doesn't slow me down. If I have to, I'll pull over. I don't want to have to do that, but I do. Sometimes I just need a break anyhow. And that wouldn't be any different than if I were in my home dialing numbers, I would want to take a break from the phone, I suppose. So, but another thing is, I do a lot of studying out on the road, and I do a lot of free thinking. That's where I come up with most of my ideas about my business. It's my downtime. So it's a couple hours a day, perhaps, where I'm just able to organize everything in my head. But I don't just drive around thinking about things. I'm studying things. I'm a big believer in podcasts and videoing, not video. You don't want videos while you're driving. Podcasts, recordings, educational stuff. I mean, I've taught myself so much in that time where other people consider it downtime. For me, that's productivity. That's where I'm getting all my knowledge. And, I listen to videos or podcasts, podcasts on health. And that's been a life changer for me. So, and I'll learn things and I'll be like, wow, I've got to implement that in my life. And I do, and it makes a difference. There's a lot of things I do. It's sales podcasts. I mean, I'm learning a lot. And this is in the time when a lot of people say this is downtime. This is wasted time. It's never wasted time for me. And then sometimes I just want to drive and listen to a little bit of music. Don't do that too much, but I will do that. And, it's just relaxing. I'll use that time. I may want to call my mom. Say hi, Mom. So, but, there are pros and cons to each. And so for anybody out there, I never meant to say that phone sales is bad. I just was simply saying, here's the reason why you wouldn't want to do it. So if I said you're trapped in a cubicle, well, you may not be. But there are people that are trapped in cubicles. And, so people who have a more developed business shouldn't be. People who have a more developed business in either arena should be should not have any of these problems that others have. And again, I'll go back to the stinky, smoky cat pee place, just walk away. Just walk away. And that's it. And sometimes you get yourself in front of people. And here's another one. So there's a lot of things that aren't good about the road. You get yourself in front of people that are maybe people that you really don't want to be in front of. But you find yourself a little bit caught, and it's like, I got to get out of here. It's it's like a fox getting caught in a trap. You got to chew one of your legs off and escape with only 3 legs. So, I felt like that before, and you just take the good with the bad or the bad with the good, whatever you want to say. Listen, whatever way works for you, that's what's best. And I believe, and I will go back, I believe getting started in face-to-face is the better way. That's what I would advise. And again, there's a lot of people that would argue that as well. And for every good point that I would have, they would have a good point against me. So, there you go. There's some reasons not to get in your car and drive around selling insurance. There's no easy way. There is no easy way. Goodbye.